Gas up, gas up, gas. Well, y'all, we made it to the Donald Steffens Convention Center. We are now in the convention center. Let's go get our entry packs and rush to sleeve our deck. Alright, gang, 5 packs of Phantom Nightmare. Can we get a Poplar? Terrors of Afterroot. Alright, we got Prayers of the Voices. Grave Raptor. Dark Element. Jar, and it's a monster. Oh, we got Ceravis. It's a decent super. White Sunfish. So cute. Stampede. XYZ Force. Geister Golem is a spell. Oh, we got the rank up Magic Force. Okay. And we got an Imperial Tomb. Okay, I'll take it. This card should go up here pretty soon. After Horus tops this event. And we got a Link. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Okay. $535 people, 10 rounds of Swiss, and a top 64 cut. It means the bubble is not as tight. It is half as tight as before. So we got a chance, guys. We got a chance. If we can do well, we got a chance. So we finally finished getting through the huge line for registration, sleeving up our deck, and doing everything else. Now, before they start the tournament, we're going to get some interviews with some competitive players and get their thoughts coming into a new box set right after a new ban list. Let's see what they have to say. So, as a competitive player, what were your thoughts coming into this brand new meta, straight off the ban list?
I was a little shocked, Upstart to 3, they're adding Snatch Steal, just a whole bunch of the old cards. I was expecting bigger meta hits like Fenrir to 1 or Banned. Something, or like more for Pearly. I guess it did get hit pretty hard. Haven't really seen people playing it at locals anymore. I expected Lab to get hit, but I guess, they hit Gozen, Rivalry, Tikaboo, so you don't really got to worry about that. Coming here today, it's like everyone playtesting and talking about their deck lists. All I see are just Sinful Spoils, Snake Eyes, Fire King, so I mean that's pretty much meta right now is Fire. It's like it's the year of Fire, like it's it's gonna be a long day.
How do you feel? What do you think is gonna come out on top? I know everyone's playing Snake Eyes, Fire King, Sinful Spoils. Do you think anything's gonna kind of come out from underneath that, kind of fight the meta? What would you expect to see?
I know probably most of Top Cut today will be Fire. Depending on how it's piloted, I mean, I think Goblin Biker's decent. People aren't really expecting to side for the newer stuff. Everyone's pretty much running the same engine, so they're expecting the mirror matches. I do expect some Lab to be in there. I do expect a couple Flu. It's still a competitive deck, which I'm playing, by the way. I've been playing it since it came out, ever since Prank Kids got hit. So, I mean, I needed something fun.
Everyone hates it. That means it's good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Shifter and Featherstorm just 2-0s the competition. So, but yeah, no, I think most of today, it's meta-wise, it's just going to be Fire.
As a competitive player, what do you think? We're coming into Phantom Nightmare, brand new set, bunch of support for everything. What do you think of as a competitive player to prep for that, try and do your best, and really try and make it into the top tables?
Yeah, anytime new cards from a set are introduced, especially when you're already in a wide format, it just kind of widens the net you have to cast, right? And so I think prepping generically and really knowing your deck inside and out gives you an advantage. And then identifying the deck that you want to take, whether it's Rogue, whether it's Tier 1, and figuring out what the weaknesses are. You can really narrow down your prep in your side deck and main deck to try to address those problems. I think with wider formats, generic cards typically do better. Or when you go in and try to decide if you want to run like hand traps, board breakers, whatever, you really have to take into account what your deck does well, what it doesn't do well, and try to make up for that with your main and side deck.
What do you think about your deck personally, like having to come in with probably a lot of people playing the same thing?
Yeah, so I identified, certain tech cards, Dimensional Shifter, that do really well against those strategies, and the deck that I'm taking today can run that. So that helps a lot. If I see it, I feel really good. If I don't see it, I don't feel as good. But that's just RNG, that plays a role in it. I did include some other techs, especially in the side, that can kind of address that issue, and then one or two things in main that assist. But when you already have Shifter in your main deck, especially in a graveyard heavy, when like the top couple of decks are going to be relying on the graveyard heavily, that helps a ton. For decks that can't do that, I think identifying what your deck can run that can address it, whether it's main decking Cosmic Cyclones or Drolls or whatever, the stuff that prevents them from setting up a big board or can break their board really easily, that's what you have to kind of key in on.
Shifter's the king.
What I think, pretty much like everyone's been hyping up, it's going to be a fire format. What I've seen from people playing at locals, it's pretty crazy with the pure Snake Eyes. Drone Lockbird doesn't really do too much with the deck. Nib really kind of hurts it, but not too much. And, DD Crow's back in the format, so is Ghost Bell. It's actually pretty interesting for the deck, and same with Fire King's getting mixed up to it. But I see those as the two best decks going into this.
Now, what do you think rogue-wise you could see?
Definitely Salad, like we talked about before recording, and Marincess. Can't go wrong with Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs has still been topping for some reason. It's like the new Burning Abyss. Never dies. Tier 2 wise, Flu, Dragon Link, maybe. I mean, it's not a... Bestials aren't probably going to be a thing this format because it's a fire format. And of course, can't go wrong with the Sleeper deck as well. Tier. Personally, I want to see a deck that comes out of nowhere. Just a rogue deck that comes literally out of nowhere. Maybe the Goblins that's been a little hyped up, or even what's really been hyped up for this fire format, Infernoids. Yeah, I heard my friend Cody Campbell has been telling me about it, and also I've seen a couple of people testing up with it. It's pretty insane with the Snake Eyes and the Wanted Engine and Horus. So I'm hoping to see that at top tables.